Hello and welcome. I am coming in to do a live for this windy, crazy Tuesday evening here in where I am in Alberta. It is crazy, but I just wanted to stop in and say hello and do a check in and see how everyone is doing. Had a few minutes here, so yeah, I'm just checking in. This is being broadcast on Facebook and on YouTube. So if you're commenting, um, you know that you are on Facebook and YouTube. I'm not sure if you can see all the comments on both. And I'm just making sure I'm on both here right now. Just bear with me. I have no I have no one in my ears and no one in back taking care of all of this for me. So it's just me taking care of all the little things by myself. And so gotta check it out. Hello, Edie. So I am on Facebook. Wait and see if we got somebody who comments on YouTube and to let us know that we're on YouTube as well. There we go. Rachel says on YouTube, so we know we're on. We know we're on YouTube as well. Thank you for being here, and we'll just let some people come in. Um, if I lose connection, it's probably because of the crazy wind we have happening right now. But last time I came in, we did lose connection, and we are in retrograde energy. So in retrograde energy, anything can happen during that time. And so we kind of expect the unexpected. Hello, angel eyes. I'm just waiting for some people to come in, moving some stuff around here. Moving some stuff around. So we are still in retrograde. We do still have retrograde happening for a little bit here. We have a full moon coming up, and the full moon coming up, I believe, is in Scorpio. And that full moon does tie into a into the Phoenix energy. So we have this Phoenix awakening energy that's happening. So some new revelations, some new movement, some shifts happening. I did yesterday post a new video for this week. So there is a couple videos that kind of all jumble together from last week to the weekend to coming into this week as well. So there is 3 videos that are on YouTube right now that are new that tie into the energy updates. Yesterday's I posted on Monday. It's a fairly long message, it's about 40 minutes, but it's a lot of very personal realizations that I've shared in there that I had to channel through myself and go through really looking at. Hello, Liz, and is it Glenna? Hello, welcome. So nice to see people joining in here. So yeah, and so we do have those that are on up and available now to watch on YouTube. And of course, I did do a live last week on last week's energy, but we're in this week's energy. So while we're waiting, let's begin. Let's begin with just pulling a. Let's just pull a general card for everyone for the energy that we are in, and we are using my Everyday Goddess Oracle cards. And if you don't have my Everyday Goddess Oracle cards, they are available on my website. Hello, Betty Thorne. Betty, are you on holidays? Aren't you in Dominican? Are you supposed to be in Dominican? And so yes, so my Oracle cards are now available, and they are on my website. If you go to Corrie Thorne Cameron, Corrie Thorne Cameron .com, or just go corriethorne.com. The old website link still works as well. Both are available. So you can go in there and you can order your own deck of the cards. If you're in Slave Lake area, I do believe they also have some at what used to be the Source at that store. It's Soul something, and I just had a total little like mind just blank. Tina, best cards ever. Thank you, Tina. Hello, my Brenda and Cynthia and Tina and Shaiva. Hello. Welcome, everyone. I'm starting with a general card. I'm trying to get rearranged here. I'm still in my bedroom. Since my surgery, I've been still working in my bedroom, and I haven't moved the desk out because I can't lift anything on my own. So, and I have extra dogs right now. So I'm feeding my dogs up here in my bedroom, taking the other dogs down. So excuse that we're in my actual bedroom. It's not my office. I have a beautiful loft office that's just on the other side of here that I'm in. Soul shine. Jesus. Thank you, Tina. If you're in the area, if you're in the Slave Lake area, you can actually purchase my cards. You can actually purchase my the Everyday Goddess Oracle cards, or you can purchase both of my books. You can both right at Soulshine in the Slave Lake area. If you want any of these, you can go to my website and you can get the link to purchase them. You can actually purchase a trio pack and get all three of them together and get a personal message on them. If you're on Amazon, then you won't get the personalized message on the in ordering the books. Okay, so a general card. Let's go general and see what the message of the Everyday Goddesses have for us today. Hello, Brunel. I'm like just like a kid. I just got like a kid. We got the last card in the deck. And so we are in a time of endings. We have a lot of endings that we're in. We're sitting in a lot of endings, a lot of ending energy. And we also have in endings, and I always say this, in wherever we're in an ending, we're also in a new beginning because the beginning has already started. So we have a lot of endings and a lot of new beginnings. We have a lot of that energy that's happening. And hello, Lisa, as I was just texting Lisa, and then I just pop on live. And Wendy, hello. And so this is the Everyday Miracle. She is. And this beautiful card is in the crone energy. And we do have a lot of this crone energy that is surrounding us right now. It is holding us right now. We have a lot of deep connection to this powerful, forceful energy that is coming from a place that is, breaking us wide open, breaking the heart wide open, opening our hearts, and truly bringing us to that place of having to kind of reach a little deeper. In my message this week, it is actually about reaching deeper. It is about getting back to what was that wish? What is it that we wish for? And having to reach deep for that wish, and not allowing ourselves to just keep satisfying and feeding like the hunger ghost, the things that we thought we missed out on, or feeding into these shadow stories, the fear, the desperation, but truly stepping into what was it? What is that wish? What is it that's at that? What is it that we're reaching for? And when we're reaching for something and it's something really, really good, sometimes we got to go the extra mile. Sometimes we have to reach a little deeper. So if we're reaching for the best of ourselves or the deep healing within ourselves, if we're going through something that takes us to a deep healing, is often we have to reach a little deeper. We have to breathe a little deeper. And those shallow breaths that we have is not going to cut it. How often do we realize, like when you stop and think and ask yourself, how deep am I breathing? How deep am I breathing? Are you just breathing right here? Is your breath ending right here and you're not breathing all the way down? Right? And it's so important to get that breath to go all the way down, to breathe all the way down, and to breathe into you, to breathe into the deep belly of the beast, and discover those parts of that self. Sometimes it's a scream, sometimes it's a big grunt that we just need to let out. Sometimes it's frustration, sometimes it's old trapped energy that is just keeping our heart overshadowed by the energy of what we suppress, what we hold, what we keep in. And when we can truly let that up and out, it's like that purge. And it just purges that energy and it just releases something. And it brings us all the way to the root. And sometimes those things that are rooting and grounding us become the ball and chain stories, and they hold us captive. And so yesterday, when I was doing the cards, I don't know if I still have them up. I think I was working with a client since then. So yesterday, no, it's still there. So yesterday, what I was speaking of in my video on YouTube, well, two of the cards are still, no, three of them. Okay. So yesterday when I was on my YouTube video and I was speaking about the energy, and I was speaking about having to reach deep and reach further. And I was speaking about, a lot of this energy right now feels like the devil card. right? It just feels like those things that just have a hold on us, and we may feel that halt. So this is what this represents, is major arcana. So it is the major life events, major things that challenge us, things that stand in the way. And this can be an obstacle card, right? This can be, and so the biggest obstacle that we have is the mind, and that mind will hold us, and that fear that holds us, and that sense of personal identification, and being so trapped in our personal self, like that person that we created, that story that we tell ourselves, that we get trapped there. And so to move beyond here is that we have to know that following that card comes in the tower. And to meet the tower means that we're going to have to meet the destruction. It means that we're going to have to collapse our stories. It means that something is changing. And most people dread getting these two cards. And so this card reveals something to us. This card says, if we face this, if we see that what's really happening here and the powerful force that's in here is the light that comes in, it is the divine that steps in, is the source that breaks the top off. It is just like, so this card is like getting, that that pimple that kind of is underneath the skin, and it doesn't get ahead, and you're waiting for that moment so you can get the relief. This brings relief. And so this brings relief. And if we get that sense of relief, and that means sometimes when we finally deal with something, when we finally let go of the control of something, when we finally get to that full ending of something, and we take that deep breath in, I was like, oh, and we just like, okay, I've said what I've needed to say. I've let that out. I've gotten to that point. I've done that. Okay. Now we let the chips fall where they may. So we let the things fall where it may. All we know is that we have released the story. We have released the trapped energy. We have removed that obstacle that is there. This is where what people fear, and they fear the unknown, because this is like the damsel Rapunzel, right? It's like when they took the princesses in the movies, and they trap them up. They put them up here, and they can see out, but they can't get down, right? You can look out, people can see you're up there, but you can't get out. And so this gives us freedom to be able to get out and to get moving and to be able to make changes in our lives, to change directions and projections of life. And so there's always these experiences that are happening. What follows it beyond that then, and this is all in the big message, you can go back and listen to the big message, follows us then is the star. And this is where new perspectives. So when we clear this, we can get to our eye. We can get to the eye, into the third eye, the vision, the see through the eye of the divine, and to be able to see things, new perspectives, a new way of seeing things and doing things. It begins to give us opportunities. And so as long as we believe that we have that ball and chain, that we're trapped to a story, we're trapped to a situation, then we'll be forever trapped. But if you look closer, there is no real entrapment. The entrapment story is what's in our mind. We fear sometimes having to do the hard stuff. And life requires us to have to do the hard stuff. And when it comes to she is the everyday miracle, is miracles happen when you take action towards that miracle. And you have to take those steps and those in divine timing to be able to get to that place, to awaken something else, to awaken to a new level of awareness, to awaken to a new sense of understanding of self. Because whatever we were existing in, whatever we were doing 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, that's not even us anymore. We're not that person. We're not that energy. We're not that truth. That is not us. And so even things that I know I would have been so gung-ho and really wanted to accomplish 5 years ago, I don't know if I have the same passion and desire for that. And so this is why there's a lot of energy that speaks about the wishes. And if we let our mind trap those wishes in and hold on to those wishes that Oh, I wish I had this and I wish I had done that. That is no different than the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. And I think it's in the More Than Existing book that I write about the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, right? I shoulda did this. I could have done that. But what do you wish for now? And we sometimes have to reach deep. And that wish is requiring us to take that action. And so that's the energy that we do have existing around us right now. Is that we have, I always say it's like the devil in disguise energy, right? Like there's the things that can cause us to exist in the fear and the emotions that tie around the fear and being able to move beyond those. Um, and getting to that place of where we can make those changes within our lives and bringing those changes within our lives. I don't know. Okay. Hold on. Don't anyone comment to that Marion Ackles. That is I just got to get that spammer. I think I caught her. It's not even a her. We don't even know what it is. I could feel that coming in when I just said devil in disguise. I could feel this energy about to step into this live, and I knew it was a spammer, and I could feel the spammer energy coming in. And so yes, there's two dogs snoring actually, Cynthia. I have one of Connie's dogs here. Her wiener dog is snoring, and her other one, three dogs are snoring, and Sid is snoring. So yeah, there's lots of snoring dogs today. Hello, everyone else who's joined us while we've been in here. So now that I've gotten through that energy, who would like a card? Who would like a card? Oh. So we have Danielle and Edie. Okay. Okay, I'll see how many I can get in. Let's see. I'm going to start with Danielle. Danielle Geddes, let's begin with you. I believe I got to go back up for a minute because there was a comment. Lisa said, caught myself with labored breathing in the middle of the night and had to spend time in meditation today, regulating the breath and heartbeat. It sneaks in quickly. Yes, it does. I knew there was a bigger comment back up there that I wanted to check in on. Oh my God. Grenier, you were on my mind this morning. Okay. Let's see. Danielle Geddes. We're starting with you. And then I'm going to go to Edie. You got beautiful transformation, Danielle, and it is Amara. And so this beautiful transformation is that she is standing in her emotions. She has her hand out, and this world is in her hand. Even though she exists in the world, is that the world she creates is her world to create. She gets to create it. You are at a pivotal point in your life of where you have walked through the fire. You've already been through the fire. You've walked through that fire. You've walked through the pain story, the hurt story. You've been through this, and now you're standing in your emotions of, what do I want my world to look like? If I could create my world, if I'm creating my world, I'm going to put my happiness in my hands, and taking that full sense of control. And so, and I don't mean trying to control the situation though, but just knowing that your happiness is depending on what you believe within yourself. And so this beautiful transformation is a part of what you believe about yourself, truly believing in you, believing in your own happiness, like believing in that there's something inside of you that so many people love to be a part of, that people love to have you around, that you bring joy into this world, that you bring happiness into this world. And there's something very magical, Danielle, that's really opening up um, around you, like around your home, around your space. It's like there just feels like there's like, I'm going to say this, the fairies are around you. Like there's something very mystical and magical about the fairies being around you and around your land and around where you are. And I feel like as you're moving forward, it's like you're stepping into, you kind of can't go wrong. You're going to be making there's a lot of things that are going to begin to go really right in your life, or things that are really starting to go right for you. And that might be very hard to be able to see in this strip of energy we're in, but there is a breakthrough that is happening, and something is really truly opening up your heart and bringing you into a new phase within your life, and a new phase into just being this beautiful woman that you are. So that's what I got for you. And I hope that resonates with you, Danielle. Edie LeBlanc, let's see what we have for you today. Woo! I can't drop a card on. If a card goes on the floor, guys, I have to leave it down there. Or else I have to fully get out of this chair to get all the way down to get it. And I can't bend over that in that direction. So it's going to have to hit the floor and stay down there. You are so very welcome. I've been working very hard on myself, and I feel like I have truly turned a huge corner. Yay. Good. That's what we want to hear. Okay. Edie, I felt like taking that big, deep breath for you. So you've got the cosmic beauty. See, Danielle got a card with the word beauty in it. Edie is getting a card with the word beauty in it. I'm telling you, we got so much of radiance of beauty in this energy that it just like, and this is about the heart. And so this is a heart healing card. It also speaks about the lower energy centers. So the cosmic beauty Zoran it takes us into these lower energy centers of us, into that sense of our emotional self, into our emotional, and also being impacted by the emotional body. And so we have this sense of being able to get to the heart, and there is a bridge. And when we can cross the bridge from the heart and we can cross over into the high heart, is that we can enter into this place of where the voice of grace exists. And that voice of grace, no matter what we tell ourselves about ourselves, how much we can chatter on about not being worthy or being unkind or whatever that may be, there's a whisper that exists. There's a softness that exists. And there's this soft energy. And this softness is that sense of really, truly letting all of the chatter go quiet. Letting all of the chatter go quiet. You didn't make any mistakes. I just get this. You didn't make any mistakes, and you do not need to go backwards. You are where you need to be, and you are moving forward. And everything around you, Edie, is moving forward. And for some reason, I keep hearing somebody on an old typewriter. Like, and it's not like, or it could be like no, I'm not even going to say it's a computer. It's not. It's an old typewriter. And somebody is like typing this message out on an old typewriter. And so, Edie, I'm getting this message on an old typewriter, and it's like, ching, ting. And it's literally coming on an old typewriter. Somebody who would have like used their hands to type, to write, and they would have been able to, I don't know, multitask is what I keep getting. I feel like, as my husband calls me right when I'm doing your reading, Edie. And so there's someone sending you a message of saying, there is no going, you don't need to be anywhere else. You're right where you need to be. And that you really you have to give all into you right now, and really crossing that bridge, really opening up to, I deserve this sense of love. I deserve to really nurture and care for myself. And that, nothing nothing is a mistake. Like, everything that you have done is all leading you to the path and to the direction that you need to go. I need to hear this. My emotions have been all over the place. Okay. And so it's bringing that emotions in for you, and it's really bringing you into center and just getting rock solid and balanced, right? It's just that kind of message coming in from the scrolls, it feels like, where the angels step in and the divine steps in and just takes you and just like puts you together. And it just feels like it's like just putting you together, like, put your feet on the ground, take the deep breath, breathe in. You're one woman, you're one person. You only have so much that you can give. You only have so much that you can do. And sometimes you just got to be there for yourself and just let yourself be there. And that's the message. And that's where this, and so that you can kind of give birth to new inspiration, new ideas, something that just truly feels right for you. And that's what they have for you. So I hope that resonates with you. Okay. You're so welcome. Uh, I'm not really going in order. I get a call. I'm getting a call to kind of jump around here a little bit. So I am going to jump around a little bit. And um, I'm really feeling to go to Carrie. Is it Carrie Sibbett Hoekstra? 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 So Carrie. Sorry if I'm butchering your name in any way. Did not meaning to do that, but I want to go to you first. I will come back up too, guys. Like, I'm not just going down, but I'm just answering the call of what I'm feeling. So Carrie, I really have this sense of soft love around you. You're there. Okay, perfect. You're still there. Um, and so I'm really feeling this sense of real softness, like really bringing it down, kind of like lowering our voice, getting down. And it's just that sense of who I feel like I have somebody with me for you. And I feel like it's someone who just tells me that, it's like you have a pain story or a hurt story, like something that you have been carrying, like some sort of burden. And I just feel like we just want to like bring you back down. It's like you're very flying high in your energy and just kind of getting your feet on the ground to be very present. And you you're always trying to do things on your own, is what I'm getting. You're always trying to do things on your own. I can handle it, I can do it. You're always in charge, or everyone always depends on you. And so that gets old. That gets very old very quick. And it can be very, very exhausting. And I just feel that sense of an exhaustion feeling around you, around feeling like you always have to be there and you always have to be that. And that's kind of where you are. And so I did pull the Serapent of Pain. And this is Jules. And you're being told to like hand over that pain. Our loved ones on the other side, they can handle whatever we can't handle. They're not existing in their ego self, in their egoic self. They're not carrying all of the burdens from the earth. They have the free time. They're free. They have the free time to be able to help us. They have the freedom to move about. There's energy can move, and energy is not stagnant and stuck around us. Is we hold it. And so there's an ability for things to be able to move, and just to be softer with yourself, to be kinder with yourself, to be gentler on yourself. You are so darn hard on yourself. And darn is the word they give me to use. You are so darn hard on yourself. And that it's just like hand it over to, some things are too big for us. And there's no matter what we try to do, we can't change the things that have already happened. No matter how much we try to change our present situation or how we feel about things, we're not going to change the past. The past has happened. And the past will always still be there. It's always still exists. We have those memories. We have that knowing. What we do change is how we treat ourselves in these now, how we show up, and how we be present for ourselves. And so there is a shift that is here for you, and just handing over and just saying, this will free you to be able to let everything flow, and for you to not to be feeling as if you always have to be carrying so much, fixing so much, doing so much. There's a sense of freedom with this, and for you to free yourself of those pain stories that take us to the place of misery, or getting caught up in things, or trying to be the fixer, the pleaser, overdoing in overdrive all the time, and just letting yourself be free of that energy and moving beyond that energy. um, because I just feel like um, there's a version of you still waiting to be lived, and it's time for you to start living that version of you. And she's waiting to kind of be liberated and freed from all that she has been tied up in. So thank you. Yes, Stacy, I totally agree. We wish we could change the past, but that goes, into the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. We just can't, right? Watching my kid hurt, and right, yeah, we can't change those. You are so very welcome, Carrie. Just keep trying. That's the key, Stacy. Just keep trying. Just keep doing. Just keep being the you for her. That's it. Just keep being the you. All right. So, Paula, are you still here? Paula Kirby White. Paula Kirby, are you still here? Hi, Kylie from Australia. Nice to see you here. And please feel free to share out these videos. Get more people in here. I have been absent for a long time, doing only little bits, but I've shared lots of videos, and we have shared. Lisa has put out so many of my previous works that you could take part in. We have so much on the web, on the Facebook page, on the website. But as for lives, I have not been here. I have actually been recovering from spinal surgery. So I do watch my time. I can only sit for so long. Paula. Okay, Paula, 2 cards came out for you. So, Paula, you got the same card that I pulled in the very beginning, the everyday miracle she is. So, if you didn't hear all of the message in the very beginning, you really need to go back and listen to the whole thing. You need to go back and listen to the whole thing, because there is energy that is here now saying that you have to open your heart up to yourself. And not just for other people in your life, but really open up your heart to yourself, to little Paula, to middle-aged Paula, like to teenage Paula, to early adult Paula, to all phases and stages of your existence upon this earth. And you need to really truly map out the projection and the direction of a lot of your thought process and a lot of your emotional responses that have played out within your life. And that you can truly connect into this mothering energy. So, really mothering the self, the mothering thoughts, the mothering love that you would give to another. You have to give that to self in a big way. And so the circle is going in reverse. So I feel like we are reversing some of the energy, like so that we can kind of push, when we're kind of stuck in a rut and we have to push the vehicle back and then push the vehicle forward. That's That was the impression I just got to give you. It's like the truck got stuck, right? And so we got to push the truck back. It's in the ruts, and then we got to push it forward again. So you got to go back. You have to go back in order to go forward. And if you don't go back to go like revisit and go back so that you can map out, you will do some repeat. You'll have some repeats again, and we don't want those repeats again. So we have love in the dark, and it's Shyama. So we have this beautiful all light, and then we have this darkness card, and she's not dark. She's actually, this is the illusions, right? And so these appear as trees, but these are the shadow. But she's not appearing as shadow, she's appearing as her truth, and she's appearing as herself. And so truth is really revealing itself to you. Illusions can no longer being fooled by the illusions. And this crow, these ravens become the messengers, and they're not landing on this tree because they know there is no tree. But there's one over here that was fooled by it and thought it was a tree and ended up landing on the ground because all they did was land on the shadow. It cast a shadow. And in More Than Existing book, or in the second book, My Truth of Existing Beyond Reflection, I always say it's not about eradicating your shadow, it's about integrating the shadow story. And so it's about really truly allowing the shadow of self to walk slightly behind your light so that it can receive all of the love. So it can eventually realize that it was always enough, that it didn't have to be more, it didn't have to do more. And so all those past versions of the self. And so you have to go backwards in order to go forward. And there's a stuck energy that's there. And so just moving back and forth. And so not staying in the past, not getting stuck in the past, but just it's a shift. And we shift back and we go forward. We go back and we go forward. We go back and we go forward. And that's where you are right now. And so because the light is calling you to step forward, she is her everyday miracle. It's in those action steps. So like I said, the beginning of this message is when I gave it when I first came on here for this card, this is the angels with us, and this is the divine mother with us, and this is the divine energy that's with us, and this is the mothers of absolute love, the mothers that are in spirit world. And there's just this, and it's the last card of the deck. It's the endings, right? It's the endings, and the ending. See, the ending is not an ugly card. She's an absolutely beautiful card because it's when we begin to say yes to ourselves. And this is where, if you want to continue to say yes to yourself, to bring more of this to light, so that we're not trapped in more of these illusions, that we can truly recognize this self, is that we got to map out. We have to map out that pattern and recognize that what's the root cause. What is the root cause? And we have to pull out that rotten root within ourselves, within the story. It's not an overnight job. It's not an easy job. We got to reach a little deeper. We got to reach a little farther, and you got to go a little farther, because you got to move beyond, like I said, that major arcana of pulling out that the devil card and moving beyond. The tower moment has to exist. And when it does, and we let it happen, we let the light in to the places that have kept trapping us and fooling us and getting stuck, then finally something breaks free. The pressure comes off. And when the pressure is relieved, then comes the healing. Can't get to the healing if we do not release the pressure. And you gotta let that infection, that energy that's like an infection, has to be let out in order for there to be a deep-seated healing. So thank you, Mama, for appearing tonight to give you this message, because it is time, and you don't have time to waste now, my dear friend. You need to get moving. That's what they got for you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Angel eyes. Do we still have angel eyes? And so if you're on Facebook and you're not seeing the names, because we are on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So I'm talking to two different groups of people, but I'm seeing it all at once. Love you too. Angel eyes, are you still here? And if I don't, yes. And it's Megan. Okay. Thank you, Megan. I'm using people's names on that are popping up on their YouTubes. Megan, let's see what we have for you today. Um, you love hearing my dogs. Yes, they're always snoring. That noise, Ange, that noise, Ange, is that's the dogs. Let me see if I can show you. And like I said, we're still in my bedroom because look, that's dogs. And it's usually only Sid snoring, and there's another one over on the bed too. There's another one over on the bed, but that's what you're hearing. And we are still in my room because I can't move out my desk and stuff, and I gotta wait for my husband to come home to go back into my out into my beautiful loft, which is only across the way. The only thing upstairs in our house is our loft where my office is in our bedroom and ensuite. Everything else in our house is downstairs. But I can't move the desk. Okay. Megan, feed the light. You have Rose. So, Megan, I really pick up that there is a lot of distractions around you right now and that you're getting distracted by other people's shit. So, stuff other people have happening, what other people have going on in their lives, whatever that is for you and that's around you, is that you do have a lot of other distractions. And so you're feeding somehow into the fear stories or into other people's fear stories or getting yourself caught up in those fear stories. And you're being told to really, truly, you know, what's going right in life, what's positive. And if you start changing that conversation to people who are even going around complaining around you, is that you will be able to, really truly catch people off guard and say, so tell me something good. When people are complaining and constantly complaining, you know how some people complain about everyone else is the problem and everyone else is causing their problem. And no matter where they are and what they're doing, everyone else is the problem, but they can never see that they are sometimes the problem. For some reason, you seem to have some people around you that have that want to come spill everything out on you to you. Like everything that they have happening, they want to give to you. And it's kind of like it's become so exhausting. But asking them, well, tell me something good about your day. Tell me something that's going right. Tell me something that's happening. Good, because you have so much of other people's energy. Yes, that's true. Right. And I'm like, because you have so much of other people's energy in you that I just have to it's kind of like I have to dejunk and move through this energy in order to get to you because I'm not getting directly to you. I'm getting all of this other energy that I'm like, this doesn't match the energy that I picked up when I was choosing to read you. And when I was picking up to choose you, there was, this beautiful light energy. And then in comes all of this distractions and all of these other things. And I'm like, that's not a truth. So what is it that you truly want for you? And sometimes you have to kind of change your environment, move about, get into, put yourself into a different environment. Hang out with the happy friends, hang out with the happy people that are around you. But whoever and whatever that is of always constantly and consistently complaining, it's like change it up on them. Don't give them permission to dump onto you because that's not venting. That is not venting. Venting is when someone's had a shitty day and they just need somewhere safe to just let something out that they don't really mean. They don't mean any of it. They just need to get that energy out. And it doesn't mean that it is real. It doesn't mean that it's true. It's just happening. And that's venting. But energy dumping, right? When people are dumping all of their stuff every time they message you, every time they see you, it's a constant and consistent of a dumping. Is that is energy vampire. That's a toxic trait, right? That's something that complaining is like is a trauma response even. is that there is something deeper that needs to be acknowledged, but it's not your job to soothe it. And you have to stop being the catalyst for people to be able to use you as the dumping ground and beginning to say yes to you and no to that. That's your journey. And I hope that helps you in some way. And it's like so much around. I just got all of this, like, I want to look everywhere. There's just so much around you. All right. Mm, let me see. Sorry, I'm just feeling out the energy. You are welcome. So I'm going to do one more. You're welcome, Megan. Um, where did I just see you? Carly Mom. Carly Mom. Do we still have you? Yes. There you are. Okay. So I'm actually doing two. And if the second person is here, just say that you're here and I'll go to you after so that you don't leave. Uh Grenier, are you still here? Okay, Carly Mom. Let's see. So I had a dozen voices speaking to me around you. And I want to say a dozen voices. I had a full council of angels, a full council. And I'm going to say this the way that I get it. I have a full council, Carly, of angels that just surrounded me in choosing you. And I was so silent because I was listening to them and making sure that they were choosing, that I was choosing right. That you need, you don't need one, you don't need two, you need a council. You need a whole slew, you need a whole crew with you right now, and you have it. And that you may feel, and what they're telling me is that you may feel like you're alone in this, but you may feel like this, you're alone in this, but in the energy of the angelic realm, you are so surrounded. It's like where there is divine interventions or divine solutions. Sometimes there's no earthly solution. There's no earthly way. There's no earthly way to be able to change what's happening or what's been going on. That you that but there's a divine way. There's an angelic way. And I got forever golden for you. I got Davina. And she's got broken her wing is broken. So she has broken wings. She doesn't mean that she can't fly and that she's still not perfect and she's not divinely perfect. Is that we're still always golden. And that even when we're in our hurts, when we're in our pains, when we have things that are happening, is that you are existing still in a golden ray of light. And there is this beautiful golden ray of light that is surrounding you, that is being with you, and that just has you just held. And you're being held in such divine love, and that it's all around you. And I got temptation unity, which is 11, which is mastering. And this is one thread, one line, right? And so this is, you're not supposed to be right now, right? This is you having to let them do it for you. that this is really them working for you on your behalf. And so one thread, one line, holding all. And this is where our Trinity comes in, the mind, body, soul connection. And it's so, sometimes it's so tempting to separate ourselves or to want to break away from our divine connection or to lose our faith or to lose hope. But you're being told on a soul level, don't lose that hope. Hope is all we have sometimes. And we have this, and so we have the diamond effects to outgrowth effects. And this is where we step into our what we call our Christ light. This is where our divine light enters. This is where our divine presence comes online. And this sense of being able to awaken this part of ourselves gives us a strength we don't know we have, gives us the ability for a healing that we don't know is possible. But anything is possible. And magical moments and experiences do happen. And whatever it is, and all the things that you are experiencing right now, know that you don't have one, you have a team. And because you have such love on the other side, that he's called in the whole council. He's asked for, it's like he's called a meeting up there. And there was a meeting called, and all the council of angels and guides are around you, and the ascendant masters. And when the ascendant masters come in, it is like the healing council, our wise ones, our medicine women, our medicine men that come in and through us and work through us for healing. And so there is a big, massive healing energy that is coming around you, and that you are being surrounded by this beautiful energy. And so holding on to that hope and that faith, and truly just believing that, keep holding on. Here's the angels. We're connected to that divine presence. You are that divine presence. You're a part of that. And it may not always, it's not easy. It's not easy. And it's not always a strength that you have. It's a strength that works through you. And so because the strength of spirit is working through you and for you, it's for you to let go and just trust and let them work through you and for you for whatever is of that highest good for you. Because I do feel like there's just like, you're so surrounded, and they need you to know that there's a whole council working, and also the ascendant masters. And when the ascendant masters comes in, it's where we can begin to step into beautiful transformation. And I feel like you have a beautiful transformation that is unfolding in your life and for you. I send you so, so much love, and I hope this message resonates with you. You are so, so welcome. Okay. I don't see Granier back in here again. So because I don't see Granier back in here, I'm going to just end with I'm just going to end it out so I can close out this energy. So I'm going to pull a general card for us all. And like I said, there was a big, big message in the very beginning of the video that you can connect to. And it speaks a lot about where we are right now, and also on YouTube. And if you're on my YouTube, or if you do go to YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, please, and hit the notification button to get the videos. And if you like the videos, do the thumbs up. It helps. It helps. It helps. It helps. We're ending on the exact same card we came in with. You just can't make this shit up. That's why I wrote a book called You Can't Make This Shit Up. Good. And if the message are resonating with you, then take the message, right? Take the messages that are coming. So we're ending with the exact same card that we began with, right? And so we have the She Is, the Everyday Miracle. It is the last card. And so endings bring change, but endings also brings a lot of beauty. There's always dark, there's always light. The sun is always going to rise, the sun is always going to set, right? Where we live in the flow of life. But this energy and where we are and what we're shifting in as we come into the full moon energy is about truly when our heart opens and it breaks wide open, is that we open that back door of the heart. And in the back door of the heart is where we have hidden the best of ourselves. Our little light, our little self, our little authentic self is hidden way back there because we hide it in the closet. We put it away and we don't bring it out because it doesn't feel safe to bring that version of ourselves out, because we live in really truly that identifying by how we've created that self through our world, through life. But these cards are about moving from shadow to truth, from attitude to inspiration. And when we can become our own inspiration, we begin to believe in ourselves. And when we begin to believe in ourselves, we believe that we know that we can do the hard stuff, and that if we do the hard stuff, we can get to the good stuff. We're reaching a little deeper, we're going a little farther, we're having to put in a little more effort than before. And it requires also a little more patience. And I know that feeling because I'm right there. And healing through this back surgery is having that patience, having that knowing. And the last time I was in, I spoke about the MRI that I had to go for. Well, I just went for that MRI, and what I was seeing was right. What I knew, what I could see was right. And there is some fluid around my spine, around that surgery spot. But I still have no regrets. I'm reaching deep to do the healing, to do what needs to be done, to be patient with myself so that I don't exist in the old pain story. That there's a possibility and a way to live in a more sense of a healed self. And sometimes we just have to do those hard things. And this is where the everyday miracles happen because of the actions that we take, the truth, the stories we change, the perspectives that we gain new views on, and that we give ourselves permission to change our minds. That we can change our minds, that we can change from an old belief, that we can set ourselves free. And when we do, we allow beautiful experiences to happen. So thank you all for being here with me. Thank you for joining me, and I send you all so much love, and I shall be back again. If you're new to my Facebook, please hit the follow button, um, and then you can see all the posts that are here. And if you're in the Lloydminster area, I will be, myself and Michelle Gibson will be in Lloydminster May the 4th, and we're doing a group reading in Lloydminster, kind of just over the border. So we wanted the Alberta side, couldn't get a location that really worked for us, so we're on the Saskatchewan side of Lloydminster, but it's just over the border. So we will be there, and the tickets are on Eventbrite. There's also an event page that posted. It's also on my website, and you can get your tickets to see us in Lloydminster for a live in-person group reading on May the 4th, and all the details are posted right on Eventbrite. I send you so much love. Thank you for being here with me. Bye-bye.